Is that working? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, McCracken at midnight. From last night, you're watching the show. Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys. So,
welcome back to the show.
I don't know what the
everybody.
hell he's doing over there.
I'm fixing the camera.
Tonight's a special show. Tonight is, first of all, welcome back. That's too high.
Oh.
Welcome back. We took a brief hiatus for the holidays.
Yeah.
Our Christmas special, we didn't do. And our New Year's special, we didn't do either. Because
I had work.
Sam got a job.
I got a job.
I'm never going to let him live it down.
Like a butthead.
And then on top of just being our first show in 3 weeks, we're back with our return special is a week-long event. Brian Fitzgerald and Sam McCracken and Jordan Tower, even though she's not on the show, go to California.
Over there.
Extravaganza. I can't tell.
She's that way.
This is the McCracken at Midnight California Adventure Part 1. The journey begins tonight. And the journey, it's also the Brian Fitzgerald eats his feelings of self-loathing night with chicken-flavored stuff from 7-Eleven because I've had a really stressful night. And
Brian had a tough night.
I left my girlfriend's laundry in the laundromat when it closed. And now her pants that I've been wearing, I needed to wash, but I was wearing them now, so I'm doing this show on my skivvies with the Monkey Palace laundry going upstairs. And when I get stressed out, I get unreasonably excited for 7-Eleven spicy chicken wings. This is why I tried to be a vegetarian, and I just like fell flat on my face into dog shit smeared pavement, failed at it.
I actually saw that almost happen once.
Yeah, I get pissed off and I eat
This
birds.
is going the opposite direction of that, though. That's not even real meat. That's just I don't even know what Anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. Or no, don't just leave it. So anyway, we're going to California. And when we say we are going to California, we mean we're literally going to California in 5 hours. We'll be getting on a plane 5 hours from right now, and then flying to Los Angeles, California, and then doing stuff for some time.
We might have a couple little video updates for you guys between now and then. And the next show is going to be from Glendale, California. We're going to be broadcasting.
Can we say Burbank, California, so it's like we're a part of the whole television...
Burbank, California.
Party.
It's right on the border, actually. We're actually not entirely positive what town it's in. But anyway, we're broadcasting from Burbank, California. And that'll be a similar situation because we're then, after that show's done, we're getting on a plane and coming back to Boston about 2 hours after that show.
Hooray! So we'll be giving you some updates during the time that we're there. We're taking the webcam with us. We can now broadcast Ustream from my phone. So we can just be doing something crazy like Californians do. And we're just whoa, it's on the internet now.
Yoga in the sand.
Yoga in the sand.
Crazy.
And, it'll just happen. Anyway, so we have a show planned for you tonight. What a show we have planned for you tonight. We got some news for you, a lot of interesting news. Mm-hmm. Then we got some Sam and Brian go to space. We're going to space again tonight.
Yeah.
We've got some news about some movies. Some really cool news. Well, cool news about a couple of movies, and then okay news about some other movies.
I think it's all at least interesting.
It is at least interesting. And then we have Tech Talks with Andrew Tremblay. He's going to be talking about some really cool stuff later. We're going to have him Skype in a little bit later.
We were going to have our sports analyst, Phil Mitchell, on tonight to talk about the hockey lockout.
The Hawkout.
The Hawkout.
Hockey.
But then he wasn't going to do it, and then I was going to get our political correspondent to fill in for him, Mark Schwaller. And I think he's asleep.
He's probably asleep or something.
But anyway, they're not going to do that, which is too bad because they were arguing about the other day, and it was hilarious. But I'll just I can't really properly fill you in on it, but we'll just start the news by saying, yes, in fact, there is no hockey this year.
There's no hockey this year because there's a lockout. There's a hockey lockout.
And it's basically indisputably blamed on the, president of the corporation of the NHL.
President of the hockey plant.
Whatever his actual position is, I can't remember his name, who runs the shit, and... Oh, it ended? Oh, sweet. There's hockey again, guys. Congratulations. Breaking news. Breaking news. It turns out that there is hockey this year. So forget I said anything, and I'm glad.
Yeah, shut up, Brian.
Whatever. Other news.
Other news. A bunch of scientists, boaters, biologists, marine biologists. Yeah, I'm totally recording, man.
Okay.
A bunch of marine biologists. So that... There's a show called Monster Quest where they quest for monsters that may or may not be real. And there's the elusive giant squid, which is, has been in myths and legends for many, many, many years. And they believe that there was a giant squid that actually existed, that they have, believed existed because of carcasses that washed up on beaches and eyewitness accounts. Parts of squids that have washed up on beaches. It's not that
they believed it existed anymore. They've known it existed since, the 70s.
But what I mean is they haven't been able to prove it.
There's never. Well, they have. They've got dead specimens. That proves it. There's a species called Architeuthis. It's the giant squid. There's also the colossal squid.
Okay, I haven't seen it alive.
They've caught live specimens. They've got photographs of live specimens.
Why is this? Okay.
The only thing that there hadn't been was confirmed video of a giant squid.
Well, then why was it on Monster Quest if they knew it existed?
Okay, the episode of Monster Quest was actually looking for giant Humboldts. Now, Humboldt squids are about 8 feet long. Between 4 and 8 feet would be a gigantic one. But they're big. Not enormous, but they're big. Big-ass squid. Big-ass mean squid that live in the Sea of Magellan, elsewhere, but mostly in the Sea of Cortez. Basically what they were looking into was the idea that what people know as Humboldt squids are actually all juveniles. And this is like dogfish. The bulk of the species that people catch are all, that when you're fishing and you're like, oh, fuck, another dogfish. Those are all babies. And the adults go deeper. They're bottom feeders. They go to deeper water. So what they thought was that there were giant Humboldt squids. Adult Humboldts were huge. And those were the ones that had been recorded attacking boats and shit in the past because Architeuthis aren't known to be aggressive and Humboldts are. So they went down looking for giant Humboldt squid. They've got footage of a enormous squid, but they couldn't confirm, very, very brief, shitty footage, but they couldn't confirm what the species was. Now they have...
Okay, well this isn't nearly as exciting as I thought it was then.
No, it's not.
Okay, well they filmed a giant squid. That's all that is. I apologize. I thought this was much more exciting.
It is really cool.
I mean, it's still pretty
Live video footage of an Architeuthis. It's a big deal. There had been a few years ago, there was a Japanese fishing rig had got photographs, and those were the first ever photographs. There's also the colossal squid, which is not Architeuthis. It's a different species. Shorter but heavier. They caught in Iceland a live one. That was the first, I think, live specimen of either one of those species that had ever been caught.
Yeah.
But it died immediately because they're deep water. The lack of pressure, they could literally just fall apart. Because they're actually, squids are the same density as water almost. So if you take them, a lot of the big ones out of water, they just collapse under their own weight. Like
Odo.
Like Odo. I was gonna say in President or Senator Kelly in the first.
Oh yeah, like in Senator Kelly. Yeah, well done.
Just I just can't do it. It is exciting news if you're into weirdness and giant squid, which I am. I've been into giant squid my whole life. So.
Well, also in
they haven't released the footage yet. Unfortunately, it's they're keeping it.
Yeah, they're keeping it. The Discovery Channel's got it. It's something. Also in Nature News, we got a little video for you now. Also in Nature News, Discovery is producing, I don't know if it's Discovery or what. It might be Discovery. Anyway, they got to show some dudes researching polar bears. And there's this, we've talked about bears and how terrifying they are in the past. And
Architeuth, what the fuck is that?
Architeuth.
No, as in Ark of the Covenant.
They got it. They're just making fun of the word.
Okay.
Anyway, we've talked about bears and how terrifying they are in the past. And now you can see firsthand the terrifyingness of bears. Watch this.
these animals to get to understand them, see them up close. Hey, bear. Oh my God. He's right here. Hey, bear.
The bear's nose is thousands of times more powerful than mine. It's gathering information before it approaches, like it would when stalking a seal. My scent is strongest at the weakest point, the door.
Yeah, that door's not good. Okay, just checking the lock.
It's systematically trying from all angles.
Being this close, get an appreciation for what this animal is. It is one of the most powerful animals on the planet, one of the most intimidating animals on the planet, and one of the few animals that actually see us as food.
The bear's nose has led it to a gap.
You can sniff me. Gosh, I could have actually touched its nose. Is that giving a little? She's feeling the pressure there. She can actually feel that perspex is flexing. She's trying to see if she can crawl through it. She's trying to see if she can bite through it. It's getting a little bit hairy in here. I can feel that he's just pushing all his weight to get this side of the cube.
Terrifying!
That's so cool.
I mean, it is really cool, but like, I don't know. The bear was trying to save him from the metal and glass beast that ate him.
Probably.
Anyway,
Passionate animals. That might be a little loud. Is that a little loud, guys?
is that a little? It's because I'm right next to the thing. I'll just turn it down a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, in other news, Nancy Pelosi's hilarious. Brian.
Nancy Pelosi. Well, everyone was really excited. I forget exactly what the occasion was, but there was this Women of Congress photograph that was really exciting, where she brought all 100 and couple, how many ever women there are in the National Congress, and brought them all outside on the steps of the Capitol building.
Thought I had a good picture. So
And no, that was them. You were looking at
it was a crappy picture, though.
And she brought them all outside and said, hey, look, these are all the women of Congress. And it's cool because they took a big photograph, like a big group photo. And
like a class picture on the Capitol steps.
And my girlfriend was telling me they released with it all these like little facts and write-ups about all the congresswomen and like in the country, and it's really cool because it shows bipartisanism and all this fun stuff and feminism. But it turns out, much to my delight, that in fact Nancy Pelosi she organized it, and she was getting very bored and very cold waiting on the steps of the Capitol building, and so she took the picture without everyone there.
Sorry, go ahead.
To try and keep with the spirit of it, she photoshopped in a number of people.
4 people in the back! Look at them!
Look at them back there.
She just photoshopped them in there!
And and didn't tell anyone. I think is the point. So that's pretty hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
There's not much to it. It's just goofy.
It's just hilarious.
And you just go, oh, Nancy.
Oh, Nancy.
And it's cool that
I hope she did it herself. I can imagine her, like, in her little office at, like, 2 o'clock in the morning on Capitol Hill, just like, oh, yeah, just got to use the stamp tool. Okay. Like, cutting their heads out and stuff. Yeah.
It's cool that she did this, but I just love seeing, politicians caught with, like, dicks in their mouth. It's my favorite thing. Especially if they're literally caught with a dick in their mouth. And this is figurative.
Oh. Yeah.
Chicken. Also, the other thing is this is our first show of 2013, which is really interesting.
Hey, that's this year.
Mm-hmm. And if you remember, our last show was the Apocalypse
Wait
show.
a minute! I thought I was supposed to be dead, Brian!
Yeah, what the hell? The world, in fact, has continued several days, almost a full week. Actually, today,
No,
a week
it's
today.
Like 2 weeks, dude. It was the 20. Oh yeah.
A full
2
week
weeks.
into the new year of 2013, and not only is the world fully intact, but still populated.
Better than ever.
Still populated with human beings. And plenty of wolves, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that was the other nature news.
I've been trying to look up and find out. I was scanning the web, right before the show started, looking for basically people's responses, the people who were really, really into this, all the embarrassed survivalists, basically trying to dig them up and find out what's going on. And I haven't found much yet, but it seems like people are trying to find the next big thing, and already people are talking about a volcano in Yellowstone that's gonna explode the world.
Which is gonna explode the world. The supervolcano, the giant, massive pool of lava caldera that is all of Yosemite, is gonna destroy the world.
So people have already moved on to the next apocalypse.
I think it's funny, I think this whole culture of the end of the world, like there's always been, the world's gonna, the end is nigh, but like the whole culture of the end of the world has been like, with the ability to share information so easily today, it's so much more. It's very prevalent in popular culture. So now, like this one right here, this article isn't just like, oh, the world didn't end. Well, maybe Yosemite will blow up. It's like, the world didn't end. Here are all the other things that could make the world end right now, and we can't control it. And like the second one is Spawn of Snooki. Like it's like, I mean, it's just very funny. And then what Singularity in 2045 when we uploaded it into a communal hive mind according to blah blah blah. It won't end the world, but boy, a hive mind. That'll be something. It's just like, hey, this stuff is gonna suck. Get ready.
Yeah, I think I was actually thinking about this the other day. I think the way the zombie thing has really. The zombie apocalypse is like that's one of the art forms. Zombocalypse. That's one of the art forms that of our generation. Obviously, it started in the 70s and a little bit before, but we really in the past 10 years or so, that's really gone to the next level. And I
don't like zombies.
I think the thing is that it's not. You never say, like, oh, you've all had the conversation, I'm sure, with your friends where you're sitting around and go, what would you do in the zombie apocalypse? And one dude's like, I'd get on a boat. And
hey, we did that here.
Yeah, we've done it here in the Monkey Palace before. But the thing is, you never say, like, I'd get bit by a zombie and become a zombie and have my brains eaten. Like, that's never what you say.
That's not a bad solution, to be completely honest.
It's not, but you see, the thing is, like, you're looking at a situation where most of the population of the world is dead, but you're always saying, but I'm going to go, and it's always like me and my best friends go and live by ourselves in the woods happily ever after. And so it's really almost like this like ideal like escapist situation. It's like this way where like I don't have to ever like do laundry again if there's a zombie apocalypse.
I can just poop in my pants and walk around it all I want to. No one will stop me.
The apocalypse is really kind of like deliverance from stress for a lot of people.
It is. It's deliverance.
Yeah.
It's absolutely deliverance. Oh man, I love everything. All right, moving on because we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. Brian and Sam go to space. We're gonna go to space now.
Wait, no wolves?
Oh, shoot, right, the wolves. A little bit more news. Packs of wolves are completely trying to take over eastern Russia. There are a bunch of wolves that are... Here, wait, let me just read you the first stanza of this article. Squads of hunters will pursue the wolves in a 3-month battle from the 15th of January, officials say. Like, hunters, these wolf hunters in Russia are going to battle with these wolves, because there's 3,500 wolves in this area. They've killed, over 16,000 reindeer in the past year, and 315 domesticated horses. They're, like, costing these people a lot of money with the livestock and stuff like that, and, they're raiding villages to do these things, so people are in danger. And so, I'm not saying I condone the killing of wolves. Absolutely not. Because it serves you right for living in a place that only wolves can
why would you go to Siberia anyway?
Really? Yeah, why would you go to...
But here's the thing about this.
Siberia.
The wolves are essentially doing to the people what people have been doing to wolves and every other animal for thousands and thousands of years. And I really, honestly, like, I empathize with the people who were there who were being fucked over by wolves.
Yeah.
But objectively, I'm kind of on the wolves' side.
If I were to be God, I'd be like, all right, well, you had it coming. Like, those wolves are
on a personal level, I feel for all the humans involved. I would hope the best for them, but I gotta really kind of root for the wolves on this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah! So anyway, now we're going to go to space. Swipe.
Eventually we'll have a green screen, and during this segment we'll just have, like, Carl Sagan's Cosmos on behind it.
Anyway, so two little space tidbits. First of all, I'm sure this has actually happened a lot, but this one's pretty cool. A guy using lots of photos and science and research and what? Don't go to my email. What are you doing? Using lots of junk that is
that you don't understand.
That you don't understand, basically. And a guy put together what Mars would look like if it was actually terraformed. Let me switch over to it real quick. So this is what Mars would look like if it was actually terraformed. And this is really cool, and this like sparked my interest and got me thinking a lot about terraforming processes and stuff like that and how that would work. But anyway, this is just a cool little thing. Right here you can see in this photo, that's Olympus Mons right there. Just as an awesome giant island with another little mountain off to the side.
What, that whole thing is Olympus Mons?
Yeah, this is Olympus Mons right here.
That's badass.
Yeah. So, so this is just a cool thing. One big continent instead. Like, I read a thing. I don't know. It's been all over the internet in the past couple of days. But thinking about how many stars there are in our galaxy, like if we calculate that and compare it to like run it with the number of planets we found in relation to stars recently, there's over like 100 billion planets possibly in the galaxy. So like we can almost hope that some of those would be slightly Earth-like in that there is vegetation and water. And it makes you think, like, you think that all planets would just look like Earth. When in reality, all landforms are going to be different. Like we just saw on Mars there, if we were to terraform Mars, there would basically be one big continent.
That's the way Earth was at one point, though.
Well, that is the way Earth, no, of course. But, I mean, it's just, it's just at this moment in time, you know what I mean? Like, so often when we see other planets in alien worlds in science fiction and stuff like that, they are relatively Earth-like in that, they look like different continents.
What was always funny to me about Star Wars, especially, sci-fi in general, but I think Star Wars were kind of the champions of this and progenerated it, or whatever the word is, throughout science fiction, is this practice of having planets, designing planets in science fiction that are one environment. Like, this is the sand planet, and the swamp planet, and the ice planet, and the lava planet. It's like, are we the only people, like, or is Earth the only place in the universe with a temperate climate?
Yeah.
And
a lava climate? Mm-hmm. Man, how cool would it be if we had lava climates? Like, not just volcanoes, but, like, this is the lava part of Earth. Like, just that's the lava. That's the lava biome. That would just be really cool.
Yeah.
Con! Anyway, did you see my face right there? That was ridiculous. I was going. Anyway, also in space news.
I'm supposed to be sewing. I gotta go move laundry too.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I'll talk about space news while you launder. Also in space news, iTunes is blinking at me. No, I don't want to download. Also in space news, apparently our moon is lonely. So NASA, actually I'm not sure if it's NASA, a group of scientists, let's just say that so I don't mess it up. No, NASA could fund, rather. A group of scientists wants to harness an asteroid and bring it in closer to our moon so that our moon has a tiny little moon. I don't know why they want to do this. I'm sure that there is some scientific, reason behind this. Some sort of, educational reason behind this. Justification. But really, it just sounds like they want to see if they can put a moon around our moon. Which I'm kind of all over, but at the same time, I'm terrified because what if they did it wrong and it spun off too quickly and just slammed right into the side of the Earth, or like really threw off tides and like messed with our ecosystem, or crashed into the moon and then the moon exploded into a million pieces, like in the Time Machine.
I trust NASA.
I mostly trust NASA, but with harnessing, with grabbing an asteroid and putting it on in orbit around
I
the
missed
moon.
that. Whoa,
Yeah,
okay.
they're giving the moon a moon. They're trying to give the moon. They
When?
I'm talking about it right now, man. They want to NASA. It's not like NASA's going to do it, but it's like scientists are like, hey, we should give the moon a moon.
Yeah.
Crackpot schemes that just sound.
I mean,
freaking awesome.
I'm all over the idea of doing shit just to do it.
Yeah.
Especially in science, there's not enough of that. But someone, if it's a bad idea, someone will vocalize.
Yeah. Sounds like something out of a Superman comic. It slightly sounds like something out of a Superman comic, but not really. What it sounds like is the planet Apocalypse just flying around the universe and like destroying other planets. That's what Apocalypse does. And then Superman pushes it away and he's like, "Get out of here, Darkseid!" Yeah.
Hardcore 90s reference. I feel like 90s references, like 90s kid culture references especially, are like, that's like one of the most competitive parts of like society, you know, amongst young people these days. Is like, your coolness basically is measured by how obscure your references to 90s kid stuff is.
God, I love everything about our generation. I love it.
So if I can make offhand Battle Planet references, no way, I did have a Battle Planet. I was about to say I didn't even have any Battle Planets toys.
I didn't have any Battle Planets toys.
Just the ads. I actually think I did at one point though.
90s music is the new classic rock. Yes. Mm-hmm. Nirvana is classic rock. Pearl Jam, classic rock. Fiona Apple, classic rock.
The Cranberries.
The Cranberries, classic rock.
Oh, good Green Day. Classic rock.
Anyway, moving on. Let's go through movies before we get to Andrew.
Lots of good movie
stuff. Lots of good movie stuff. So, Godzilla. We talked about the Godzilla movie before. We were like, whoa, here's a picture of Godzilla. He might have feathers. Oh, here's another picture of Godzilla through smoke. Maybe that's not actually Godzilla and this is just some fan-made picture. I don't really know. But it's like, hey, they're going to make a new Godzilla movie. They're bringing back the rubber suits.
Yeah,
it's going to be super kaiju. It's going to be awesome.
In case you haven't kept up, it's actually a Universal Toho conjuncture. So it's going to have a big American release and everything, and be Hollywood, and basically be a Hollywood movie. But Toho still basically has control over it, so they keep it very old school with the rubber suit and everything. And it's going to be really good. And it's a reboot.
I like it when they jiggle. Anyway, so it's like, whoa, awesome, new Godzilla. That's going to be legit.
In case you don't know, I'm like the hugest Godzilla fan.
Brian pees Godzilla.
When I poop too hard, I go,
and then Godzilla comes out of his butt. And then they go, together. Anyway, so it's like, yeah, awesome, new Godzilla movie. But wait a second, they had a script, but now they're going to rewrite the script.
Now, here's the thing. When you see that happening, it's kind of a red flag for, like, shit is not going well over at Toho/Universal land.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, maybe it means that they had a script and they were like, no, we don't want to make just, like, another friggin', like, we want this to be a really good movie. Like, I mean, Godzilla went, and I love all the Godzilla movies. They're great. But it really went this very campy path. Which there was nothing wrong with. I mean, that's what kaiju did. It ended up, being like, it gave rise to Gamera and the Protector of Children, Inframan, and all that weirdness. But, it started out as political allegory, and like the first Godzilla movie, like Raymond Burr is fucking awesome in that. And I know he was only in the American version, but I like that one better.
God, Brian!
Fuck off. Anyway, it was a damn good movie, and I feel like maybe this is a sign that they're like, we don't want this to be a late 70s Godzilla movie. We want this to be a reboot of the series trying to actually have, like a message, and the idea of putting message back into kaiju is
I'm all about messages.
awesome. Anyway, so it's tough to say at this point if it's good or bad, but for me personally, this is the first Godzilla news we've had in a while, so I'm just always excited when anyone even utters the word Godzilla with me around.
Godzilla! Anyway, so yeah, Godzilla. That's a thing. Also in reboots, there is an Evil Dead reboot being made, and when there was first news of the Evil Dead reboot like a year and a half ago, people were like, "Oh, another reboot! Like it's gonna suck. They're just gonna make it really stupid." But then it was like, "Hang on, no, don't worry about it, guys. Sam Raimi's still gonna be a producer. He's given the film his blessing, and he is gonna give them some money so that they can make this awesome movie." Because he's like, "Yeah, someone else should totally do Evil Dead." And we watched the trailer today, and it looks awesome. It looks so awesome. I hate scary movies, but this one is like really disgusting and gory. Like the preview itself, the Red Band trailer is like really gross, and like you like cringe at it, and it looks terrifying and awesome. It looks so good.
Yeah, totally modern without being modern without having modern cliches, modern without looking, what's the word I'm looking for?
Modern horror cliches.
Yeah, it doesn't, it looks like it was made now without looking like everything else that was made now.
It looks like they're trying to make a horror film instead of a snuff picture.
But also totally stays faithful to the original feel. It looks friggin' awesome.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. So go look at that trailer. I'm not going to show it on here because it's terrifying and because it's copyrighted
and because a tongue gets cut in half.
Yeah, and because a tongue gets cut in half, and then she shoves her cut in half tongue down another chick's throat. It's awesome.
That's what Evil Dead is really.
And then another chick throws up blood all over another girl's face.
We got a quick glimpse of what appears to be a chainsaw cutting off own hand.
Yeah, I like the head. They're burying the head that's in the plastic bag, and the head's just smiling at them.
Yeah,
I like that part. Ooh, oh man.
Yeah. Will it measure up to the Evil Dead musical? Who knows?
Yes. In other movie news, I have a little... Oh, well, I'll talk about this one first. Nicholas Winding Refn, whatever his name is, the dude that made Drive,
I should have done the other one.
Is making a new film. It seems to be what you could almost call a sequel to Drive, in that it stars Ryan Gosling and is very violent. And there's a brief trailer online. It's like a teaser trailer that was on television. The movie's called Only God Forgives, and the trailer looks pretty cool. Very violent. It's got some good music in it. It looks like it's about boxing or kickboxing. I think it's about kickboxing, but I'm not sure. But it looks really good. Check out that teaser trailer. That is sure to be great. And then we have this other thing for you. There's been an independent movie that's been all over the internet.
And only all over the internet, if I understand. It's a feature film that will only exist on the internet.
Yeah, well, yeah. But that's...
I mean, not only exist, obviously, but its release would be on the internet.
It's an independent science fiction film. But I mean, it's been talked about on the internet for the past year or so. Because this movie, the makers of this movie are claiming that, and are doing this, that they're making the film without green screen or CG. Which is just like refreshing and awesome.
Especially since it's a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi. I mean, it appears to be a space opera-ish film. A space battle movie, a space war movie. And they're not using CG, and they're not using green screen. And it does look like they're using like slight computer graphics in that they're using After Effects.
I would say they're probably... The way it looked to me, it's very, very, like, 1979 style of everything. So I wonder if they're not using, like, old optical printing, like, overlay effects for a lot of it.
I mean, they might be, but it didn't look like... Anyway, the main point is...
The one shot it does a little bit.
Yeah, that one... Yeah.
With a computer screen in it, yeah.
We're going to show it to you in a second, but the main part the main like really good part about it is that all the ships are models, even if they are repeated through the computer or something like that. All the ships are models. All the effects are going to be actual effects.
Practicals.
Yeah. So here, watch this preview.
Kestros 4 to Kestros 1. Firing orders authorized by Central at 0130. Transmitting confirmation code now. Roger that, Kestros 4. Confirmation received. Initiating firing sequence. Kestros 1. You are clear to fire.
So yeah,
online release.
Yeah, January 28th.
I just like the idea of an online release for a feature film in general. I just think that's so friggin' cool. Like that's you make a movie and like that's how you put it out in the world is putting it up on the internet.
Yeah,
and like you want to make movie for like money for it, you from it. You find ways to make money online. You use advertising or whatever. Like that's
or make the movie using Kickstarter and then distribute it for free.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what they did, but like, this is all good stuff.
This is nothing new either, but people should do it more. Is I guess what the this World's End movie. I don't know anything about this. Martin Freeman, Rosamund Pike, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. Oh, okay. So it's
fuck my fuck.
Stop. What?
Got a fucking knot in the thread.
Okay, shush. You're swearing too much. Yeah, Edgar Wright. It's the new Edgar Wright film. I don't know anything about it. But you know, it's Edgar Wright and it's got his entire cast in it. So
it's Edgar Wright.
I'm gonna give it the A+ it deserves.
You cannot do wrong by me. So.
Anyway, so hey, so that's it for movies. So hopefully now we're gonna have tech talks with Mr. Andrew Tremblay.
Holy fucking shit!
Over if Brian can get a hold of himself.
What the fuck? I've never had this. Like I've been threading this one needle, and I've been watching for like half an hour.
Maybe this is a sign that you shouldn't be doing this when your fingers.
No, it's a sign that the eye on this needle is like the size of like a flea's asshole, and I can't get anything through it. I just fuck everything all up. Oh god.
Well, anyway, Andrew Tremblay is not on Skype.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Mark.
Up?
What's up, man?
We thought you were asleep.
We thought you were asleep.
And my cat was going to starve to death because I wasn't going to tell you what to do. But you're here now.
No, I'm alive.
Good.
Yay!
Hey, did you hear this hockey again?
Woohoo! Yeah!
Yeah, walk out and did this back on.
All right, well, there's no Andrew Tremblay tonight because he's not on Skype. And he's probably like asleep or something, which is fine because he works and stuff. And the thing that I wanted to show you / he exposed me to, we can talk about it another week because it's not time sensitive or anything like that. But basically, I'll just summarize it real quick.
The facts that we're discussing will cease to be true in a week.
A few people at MIT, a group of people at MIT, put together this sort of algorithmic program thing that they're calling Eulerian video magnification, where basically they take regular video and run it through this filter, I guess, this coded filter that recognizes, that breaks it down temporally. It like really breaks it down and then runs it through these, what am I trying to say? Amplifies it in the end, basically, to reveal things that we are not able to see with our naked eye, but are happening in real time. So things like blood going into people's faces and out of people's faces in real time, or like blood pulsing through our veins. Or shadows moving the way shadows actually move, but we can't recognize because it is moving too subtly or like too fast for us to really see. And this is a thing that you can run on any video, and it will work.
We'll get to that. Let's watch one.
Well, I don't have the videos downloaded because I was gonna.
Well, you see, I haven't even seen these yet, and the first thing that I thought was running them on a porno to see a guy's big throbbing dick.
Yeah.
But I don't even really know what we're dealing with yet, so I can't even think of porno yet.
Don't even worry about the porno yet. We'll expose you to porn when the time comes. Hey Brian, what are you sewing? Says Ustreamer 775202.
Putting my jacket back together because it's all fucked up. My sleeve kept getting caught on stuff, but now it's like the only like mid-weather jacket that I own. Slash one of two jackets that I've got like 6 like winter coats, and then
You bastard!
and then this one other jacket, and it's gonna be like 70 friggin' degrees in California.
Apparently it's 57 there right now.
And it's night. So anyway,
Anyway,
I'm putting my jacket back.
apparently you will not need it in LA. In any case,
I don't like not having a jacket. I wear jackets like
you
when
don't
it's
like
really
being so
goddamn
exposed.
hot.
You like to be covered up.
Yeah, I can't leave without sleeves. Like I always have like a flannel around my waist or something.
This is true.
Even
I've
even
witnessed this.
yeah, even in the summer, I just hate.
Yeah, you always wear the flannel, even when you're wearing shorts.
I hate the idea of being caught out, and this is the same reason I didn't wear shorts for years. I hate the idea of being caught out, even if it's really hot. Who the fuck knows what's gonna happen when it's gonna like. The weather's gonna get shitty, and I'm gonna be just there with my arms getting wet.
My arms! They're getting wet! Anyway, so since we don't have Tech Talks with Andrew Tremblay,
we might as well just put our thumbs in our butts for 20 minutes.
why don't you put your thumb up your butt?
That's quality television.
Yeah. Mark, you want to come talk actually about the hockey lockout and what happened and what has now been averted?
Join us, sir!
And I'll see if I can find some news on it.
You guys scooch over a little bit.
All right.
We're going to have our political correspondent filling in for our sports analyst.
It's
tonight.
really messed up, but it's happening.
These things happen. Sometimes politics and sports are kind of the same thing, actually.
Yeah.
You really wouldn't mind seeing, actually, in an instance, next time there's a debate over a bill in the House, instead of voting, they just have like a Greco, naked wrestling match.
I think the Republicans and the Democrats every 4 years should just have a basketball game to decide who gets the most seats or who gets the presidential, election nomination.
I really don't think that'd be fair though, because I think I'm not, and I don't want to come across as generalizing or anything, but I think that Democrats just might be better at basketball in general.
We got Barack Obama. He's
Right.
probably the only person who's ever touched a basketball in Washington D.C. So
I mean, a football game might be a different story, but basketball, I think the Democrats are going to win that pretty consistently.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about basketball. We're talking about hockey.
We're talking about hockey!
Yeah. Okay, so if this podcast were happening a week ago, you would just watch me, swear into the camera, nonstop for, 30 minutes because there was a lockout. But now hockey's back!
And we're only now figuring this out. For example, this article that we're going to read directly off of is from today.
Hooray!
So let's see what happened, Mark.
Whoa.
First of all, why did the lockout start to begin with?
The lockout started because the millionaires couldn't agree with the billionaires.
Ugh, I hate it when that happens to me.
Basically, the old CBA, or the, what the hell does that stand for? It stands for something
Country
technical.
basket
The country,
awesome.
Country basket awesome.
Man.
The old CBA basically expired, and the NHL and the NHL Players Association decided to not start renegotiating the new contract until 2 weeks before the season started.
Oh,
Hey, that was brilliant!
Why
right?
do they do that? Why do they wait to renegotiate contracts so much?
the negotiation session that they had apparently to settle this was 16 hours long.
Yeah, man.
It was
I'm surprised
a
it's that
negotiation
short.
marathon.
I'm surprised it's that short. I would imagine it'd be days.
It was 16 hours after there not being hockey so your hockey usually starts in October, November, December. So 3 months of a lockout, and then
and
a
it's not
16-hour
like they're.
negotiation.
I'm reading here. It's not like they're going later with the season. They're just like, this is
No,
short now.
Just do it.
48 game season. All the money that would have been made by all the owners who were pissed off because they're having to pay their players too much is totally lost, and it's totally moot, all the things they're arguing over now, because all that money's lost. It's I wouldn't say ironic. The thing that pisses me off the most about it, though, is you have the millionaire players arguing with the billionaire owners, and meanwhile, you have your ticket concession workers, your ushers, your ice maintenance people, your repair guys, your HVAC
Your
people.
Zamboni drivers.
Your Zamboni drivers.
What badasses.
Your ice girls. Like, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Like, of people who are not getting
Your
paid.
scalpers.
These people, like, scalpers, exactly. No love for the scalpers, man. Like, these people are fighting over, whether they get 47 or 50%. Meanwhile, there are literally like tens of thousands of people around the country who don't have work this winter because the NHL decided to lock out and fight with each other.
Which sucks. And this, you know what, the worst part about all this, well, it's not really the worst part, it's just the funniest part, is that it happens in every sport. Is that, like, that's what I think is just, like, ludicrous about this. It happened with basketball, last year, 2 years ago, or whatever.
2 years ago.
It happens with baseball every year.
Well, it seems like with hockey, this is the second lockout.
Yeah, it is.
We completely missed a season a couple years ago, and then there was another one like
506.
Yeah, there was another one not long. This is the third in 15 years, I've heard.
Yeah, it's the third lockout in 15 years, all under one NHL commissioner. Thank you, Mr. Gary Bettman.
It's just his fault. I don't understand why people don't just get rid of him. Like, what? Why don't they see what's going on? I feel like they would like lynch him at this point, like with their sticks, like with their hockey sticks, going and be like, "Dude, you're out of here, man."
Well, I think what it is the lynching job falls on us, the fans, and we failed again.
Where are all the insane Boston hockey fans that I see in the streets all the time?
Right?
Come on, guys. Let's riot a little bit.
Grab your torches. Where
grab your
motherfuckers
burning
at?
hockey stick.
Grab your burning hockey stick and beat Gary Bettman over the head with it.
Yeah, the commando basket guy.
Yes. So hockey is back, and my rage has been much put into place because of that. So I have a lot less to say than I would have a week ago on the topic. Now I'm just excited to watch some hockey again, and all those threats of boycotting the NHL, they were empty threats. What can I say? I love you guys.
How the Dallas Stars looking this year, Mark?
The Dallas Stars look like they might make the playoffs.
Oh,
wow!
Which is a huge improvement over the past 4 years. So they made a lot of changes in the offseason. They got rid of a couple core players that were, Steve Ott was a fan favorite. Everyone loved him. Now he's gone. We got Derek Waugh instead. Which, I don't know how I feel about that. But,
Wait, what's his
I don't know
last
how
name?
I feel about it either.
Well, if you're American, it's Roy. If you're Canadian, it's Waugh.
Okay.
Oh, like King, like Waugh.
Yeah.
Like the Breeders song, everybody!
Yeah, I was just wondering, because that sounds maybe Asian or potentially Polynesian. I was like, is this a not white guy playing hockey? How
Hey,
exciting.
if Mighty Ducks taught us anything, Brian, it's that anyone can play hockey.
Including women and cowboys.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
The Dallas Stars are both women and cowboys.
I didn't say they were
all
cowboys. I would
cowgirl
say,
team.
also, if we learned anything from the Mighty Ducks, it's totally okay to take a lasso out on the ice and just grab the other team and pull them down. That's totally within
Knuckle puck.
I haven't read the NHL handbook all the way through, but I don't think there's any mention of rope in there.
There's no rule against it, apparently, so, whatever. Refs call. Do you have any environmental news for us?
Environmental news.
About tar sands, maybe?
Tar sands. Well, actually, today there was a nationwide action. And by nationwide, I mean Houston and Massachusetts.
I miss this shit now that I don't live with you anymore.
Right.
What happened?
So in Houston, we have the tar sands blockade going on in Texas. My fellow activists down there doing their best to keep TransCanada from putting a giant pipeline through our country and putting a bunch of toxic shit down the middle of it. So what they did today is there was actually there was a several-day training period. I was supposed to go to it, but things fell apart and that happens. But so what they did is they trained people basically, and they went into the TransCanada offices in Houston, Texas, and they took them over. They occupied the offices, sat down right in the middle of the lobby and refused to move. A few other people went up actually into the offices, and they also organized a nationwide call-in. Basically, they had the three executives who work in Houston. They sent their number out publicly through Twitter and Facebook and had people call all day long telling them not to build the pipeline.
So, wait a second. The executives were inviting this, or did they not realize that they were... Did they put their numbers out there without really knowing what was going to happen?
They put their numbers somewhere on the internet. Who knows where?
Yeah.
So that wasn't the intention. They didn't do it so activists could call and pester them. Okay.
No, they and I don't even know if they actually made it that public. Knowing the people who were running up this action, there's a good chance they went through some very extensive corridors to find these numbers.
Yeah, of course.
But they've got them. So all day long in Houston, you basically have, a team of 20, 25 people just creating havoc in the offices and in the lobby. And then you have people across the country calling these people all day long so that it's pretty much impossible to get any work done today. Which is basically one more day of no more construction.
That's a goal. That's a good goal to meet.
Also, this is crazy. This one got me really going. In Massachusetts, TransCanada also has some offices. And there's about 12 people from a group called... Well, actually, I don't know where they're from. But what they went is they actually literally got industrial glue and stuck it on their backs and butts. Got on the floor. And so,
that's really dangerous.
So
that's wow. That's serious commitment.
Hardcore.
They're going to have more people, but the hockey season's back on. So,
I really wanted to be there when the Stars were playing.
That's like a health hazard commitment. Wow, that's impressive. That's serious.
I was browsing my Facebook page today, and I'm literally looking at pictures of a police officer with this big kind of wedge thing, shoving it under this kid, trying to get him off the carpet. Anyways, obviously a huge mess creates a huge waste of time for these TransCanada employees, but it stops work for a day.
Yeah.
It brings a lot of attention to it. And it's just one step closer to trying to bring people to realize how toxic and dangerous this pipeline is going to be for us.
Yeah. Very bad.
Very bad.
I wish that, I've been watching all of Deep Space Nine recently.
Yeah.
And I wish that it was just so easy as it is on the television show where you can just be like, hey, why don't we, scramble their communications and maybe, take out their warp drive so they don't have any more power or something like that. Why can't it be I just want O'Brien to, press a couple of buttons, and then, TransCanada can't, use their phones anymore. That would just be so much
It would be
easier.
Nice. It would be good. I think we have the technology. Unfortunately, so does TransCanada, so they can stop us when we try to do that.
Well, it sounds like what they're doing, though, is, in the past couple of days, very effective.
It is, and it's only one part of the fight, though.
And I mean, at this point, I think you probably have yet to see the repercussions of this.
Yeah, that's true.
But we'll hopefully in 2 weeks when we're back doing our show in Boston, we'll see how this is all panned out.
Let's just say I can safely say that Tar Sands Blockade will be looking for donations to get some bail for these people.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yes, always a good thing. Well, it's about that time, Brian Fitzgerald O'Clancy.
That's me.
For us to sing a little bit. Mark, if you want to hang around and sing a little bit too, you may. I don't know how many commenters are commenting. We stopped at Knuckle Puck, but
let's see what we got down here.
What was I? I'll do.
There's a few people watching, so you guys all gotta be yelling shit. Yeah, it smells awesome, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? Ooh, I like it. Well, I'm gonna maybe go back up to the top of the thing and just read the entire Knights of comments. This seems less stressful than you made it initially sound. Fuck vegetarianism. Mark, you wanna switch off?
Oh, fuck decline of humanity as a vital species. Oh, somebody
watching you eat chicken is making me hallucinate the smell of fried chicken.
Hooray!
No, that just ended. It's over.
They have a season.
Wait, no. Do some fucking research.
The lockout is over.
Hockey, eh?
Yeah, hockey.
So they had that too. Whoa.
Whoa.
Here it goes. Yeah, that two Japanese got it like several years ago.
No, this is exciting.
Fuck you!
Are you a tooth bat? What?
Art the toothfish.
That's what it said.
Yeah, no, it said something else. It was just
Arc the toothfist.
Yes, well, fuck you up.
Here's the twist.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Here's the twist.
Speaking of Reddit and a zombie apocalypse, if the zombie apocalypse happens and the only weapon you have happens to be the last weapon you used in a video game, how fucked would you be?
Censor!
Actually, the last weapon I had in a video game, depending on how you measure it, would either be Mega Man's M-Buster or spinning red shells around.
Yeah,
If you have those, I'd be pretty comfortable with it. Zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse.
Just descriptively, humans are the supreme species.
The world's gonna get it.
Fuck ass, bitch assholes, I'm on that says.
I wanna live there.
Genesis,
Star Trek it.
you managed to spell both Genesis and Star Trek wrong. Bravo,
Rockeye and whatnot and
Go
to Death
What?
what?
Here, look right here. Look right here.
Oh, Knuckle
Songs.
Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind. Lace some little girls from Sweden dream of silver queen quotations. And if you want these kind of dreams, it's Californication.
Here's a list of restaurants you should try when you're in LA.
Pigs, hot dogs.
Attention, Sarah Bryan, the Ferguson Bears just witness your crazy.
In-N-Out Burger.
Also, big-eyed beats from Venus.
Yo, 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 yo.
Broncos chicken and waffle, pardon me.
Yes, definitely go there. And then
63 bites, 7.
You're making us hungry.
Hi, Brian.
It's Allie and Connor.
Yo, Brian.
Akameshite, Olympic-2.
In the burger.
Destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation. And earthquakes are a goal. It's guitar, there another looking vibration in tidal waves. Could the same work Californication.
Through the Hawaiian barbecue place on San Fernando.
It's near Cartoon Network. See you soon on Monday.
And I came on with signed Kaylee and Connor again.
CPK.
Exclamation! Holy shit, this is the longest 2 minutes like ever.
There's no comments left to sing.
No comments for my no.
No comments left to sing.
No comments for you.
And if you don't do something,
then I'll probably be okay with that. 'Cause seriously, it's been 12:58 for like an hour. What the hell? Longest 2 minutes ever!
Woo! All right.
Thank you, Mark. That was wonderful.
That was excellent. Thank you, everyone, for watching McCracken Midnight. Welcome back to the show. Stop right there. Thanks for watching the show. Tune in next week for our live from Los Angeles show from the Monkey Palace West or something like that.
I don't know.
I like it. Monkey Palace West.
Monkey Palace West.
That's what the state of California is called
It's
now.
gonna
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
the entire state of California.
Yeah.
Anyway, tune in next week, still at midnight Eastern Time, 9 o'clock Pacific. Oh yeah, right. We're gonna do it at 9 p.m.
Oh
Pacific.
shit, I'm dumb. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, you're dumb.
Get to sleep that night. Sweet.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks, Mark, for being on the show. Tune in next week, everyone. Brian, just keep on sewing.